Minecraft might be the most misunderstood game out there. It is in fact not a game that holds your hand, and I think there is a growing misunderstanding of what Minecraft is as a game, and it's being further increased by people on YouTube and other social media platforms, and today I want to kind of talk about it. Now, what on earth do I mean by it's not a game that holds your hand? Well, this breaks down into a couple categories, though they all kind of lead into the same path. The first step is progression in Minecraft. Now, if you're familiar with Minecraft video essays, you are very aware on this platform's opinion on progression and how it quote-unquote needs a rework, as it's terrible compared to something like Terraria due to how unbalanced it is, which I ask you, when has it ever been balanced? This is something I actually question with most of these videos, as it's always comparisons with other games, never Minecraft in the past. As you know, this game has been unbalanced since beta. Yes, beta, not even full release when they added running. And I always wonder why there's always been a desperation to have Minecraft to be balanced, as it never has been. It's like saying the Beatles miss opera music in their catalogue, when you know they've never sang opera. Now you may say, oh, but the villagers! Now I don't disagree, they are certainly overpowered, but pre-buffed villagers, we already had the elytra, mending, which I'll comment on more in a second, running and jumping away from extremely slow mobs, and even beds as a whole, whether that would be skipping the night or, you know, exploding beds in the end, as you know how quickly that can kill the dragon, and that allowing you to skip the night basically removes all danger from the game, and you know, that's only with wool and some wood. It's insane. And you have to look at the context. The villagers plus mending replaced a very demented gameplay loops in tools just breaking. As if mending wasn't a thing, for the blocks I have mined in my 160 days of gameplay, I would have to get 1,461 diamonds for pickaxes alone. And that's not even counting the amount of diamonds I would need for armor. And you may say, oh, but you could repair them in the anvil. Well, you can't after a while because of, well, too expensive. Even then, that limits how much you can actually play the world, as on average there's only about 8,000 diamonds in each world. So what would you rather? Placing a lectern over and over again, or mining endlessly? It's repetitive either way. Plus, the game that in its trailer says the only limit is your imagination technically has a limit to how much of your world you can actually destroy, as well eventually you're going to run out of ores. So in the case of progression, the game has never really actually been that balanced or quote-unquote fun. It's always been kind of tedious. It's something that's always been the case, so like you know what you're signing up for. It's like going to McDonald's and expecting PCs, then complaining about the lack of PCs. And Minecraft in its history has never had an incredible progression system designed to keep the players engaged, just by the progression system alone. Like, another thing I think a lot of people really misunderstand about Minecraft is thinking it's some sort of RPG story boss obsessed game. It certainly fucking isn't. Only one of the 3 bosses actually directly benefits the player, that being the beacon, which still really relies on the player to actually do something creative wise with it. As shit ain't helping you against another boss, try placing a beacon while beefing the dragon. Then you have the other 2 bosses, one dropping a sponge, which you can get anyway in the same structure for fuck's sake, and the other being the big bad boss of the game dropping a decoration, as the elytra doesn't even count, as you know, you could just build over and get one pre-dragon. Which even then, another thing I don't get is complaining that the game's direction or the sort of hand-holding ends at the dimension called the fucking end. Like, what are we doing? It's like me complaining Spider-Man 2 didn't give me anything else to do after I 100%ed that. Like, I get it if you're just playing this game to kill the dragon, it's gonna get boring quick, probably because it's not designed for that. Never has, never will. I mean, for fuck's sake, for the longest time there was 0 hints to get to the nether, let alone the end. And it doesn't even really hint what the Eye of Ender even does, let alone how to craft it. Okay, while I was editing, I realized I forgot about advancements and achievements, which, like, advancements are still quite vague. Achievements do have images of what to do, but like, if you're not searching the menus and completely relying on gameplay, yeah, you're fucked, really, and this point still stands. And there's people out there that question why there's no more bosses. It clearly isn't the focus. The same way progression isn't the focus, all these decisions are deliberate. I mean, if Mojang truly gave a fuck about these things, one obvious thing would be the dragon would have dropped the elytra when added. Copper tools would have actually had some sort of benefit, or they would have nerfed stone tools to make copper tools mandatory in the system. And the new tools recently being added to the game would be more than derpy gimmicks. This just isn't a priority in this gameplay cycle. Like, for fuck's sake, the most powerful mob in the game, you're supposed to avoid it. If the game was an RPG boss obsessed game, the game would encourage you to fight it and give you a reward for fighting it. Yeah, you know, it gives you a block unlock that you can already obtain without killing it. And another thing is depending on updates to play the game. Like, this is just alien to me. There's like maybe 8 major updates that would be worth doing that in, like in 16 years, that being when the end was added, when the Nether was added, when the end was being updated, though many Java players hate that due to the PvP changes, the exploration update, the Nether being updated, the caves being updated, maybe tricky trials and village and pillage. The rest are questionable at best and downright tragic for players that depend on the new update kick. It's just puzzling to me on how misunderstood this game is. This is a game heavily reliant on its players to entertain themselves rather than taking them on a guided story through some sort of cinema, and I'm seeing it more and more, especially due to the comparison to Hytale. Gameplay wise, they seem completely different. I mean, one practically completely depends on imagination and, well, guessing, and the other having direction, taking the player on a journey instead of the player deciding the journey for themselves. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you want to see future content like this, then consider subscribing. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.